What we prefer at the moment, au naturel or fake?
In today's video, I'm going to see if I can create better sunset photographs with off-camera flash than with the real sun.
Hi everyone and welcome to my Shine 6 workshop! Before we start this video, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has attended this workshop from far and wide. So thank you all for coming, I massively appreciate it. I never take it for granted people coming onto my workshops, and this has been intense. This is a 3-day workshop and we've been up to the late hours on 2 nights on the trot, had very little sleep, but I think it's been amazing. Have you enjoyed it? Good, good. So again, before I show you a bit of behind the scenes, I want to say a big thank you to our models. Firstly, Demi and James are going to be the stars of this video. Rose and Eric and Rebecca, they've all been incredible and they are what makes Shine work. So before I get into today's photographs, I'm going to show you how I created these images. One is real sunset light and the other one is fake, and I want to know which you prefer. But before I get into the shooting, here's a little taster of what we got up to at Shine 6.
Transmissions will resume. I try to push, try to keep us all down and hope that we will never see the truth around. Another promise, another scene, another package like to keep us trapped in greed. A green belts wrapped around our minds, an endless red tape to keep the truth confined.
A little bit behind the scenes, when I was deciding what to come up with as an idea for this video, I thought, oh, I love this photograph from last night, I'm going to recreate that one. I came out to do it and the light went, all the natural light had gone. So I set up where I was going to fake the sunset. Then the light came back. So what I'm going to do is use the real sunset first of all, and then fake the sunset and ask you in the comments to let me know which you prefer. So for this photograph, I am using my Sony A9III. I've got my Viltrox 85mm 1.4 lens and my Godox X3 Pro trigger. Now I will say a big thank you to James. Where's James? James has not come out. The one person who's not come out is the person who saw this shot last night. I was shooting through here where I took this photograph. In the meantime, James was scrabbling about in the reeds down here and he saw the potential of this photograph. So let me just say what my concept was for this. I'm placing Demi and James over there against a dark background. That gives them natural, nice rim light. And I'm shooting through foreground that is lit up. So these leaves here, are no good. There's no light on here, so they're not going to give me any foreground bokeh. Or if they do, it's going to be very messy, grey, dirty bokeh. Whereas these leaves over here, because they have natural light on them, will give me really nice foreground bokeh. So this is what I'm going to start off with first of all. Now bear in mind that when I take this shot, Demi and James are going to have no light on them, so this is not going to be the end result. Well, this is going to be what I call my layer one. So for a shot like this, I see, as all my attendees here will know now, aperture is my creative decision, and for a portrait photograph like this, I'm going to go very wide with my aperture. So I'm straight to 1.4, that's locked in, and my ISO, because I'm trying to kill the ambient light because it's very, very bright, that will go to 250, which is the base ISO for the Sony A9III. Oof. And my shutter speed will be whatever it needs to be to give me an exposure that I want. So I'm going to try and compose looking through leaves or shooting through leaves that are lit up. This is a nice little frame here, and at the top right of the shot I'll just let the natural light peep in. There it is. This is where the flare is. This is the Badger. So now I will ask Helen to pass over this camera to a willing volunteer, and Helen will take control of what I'm going to use as my key light, which is a Godox V100 in the MagBox Pro 24 Octa. A little new feature of my Shine workshops for Shine 6 is tethered shooting. So my attendee can see everything that I'm taking live, which is so useful when teaching, because not only can I talk through everything, but I can show live exactly what I'm taking. Let's turn our flash on. So there's nothing wrong with what we took before, but I'm going to make it better by adding in that key light. My foot here is going dangerously into that bog. Good. Here is nice. Right, a bit too strong now. Said this before in my videos, but the Sony A9III has got a superpower called the global shutter, which means that I don't anymore need, or I can't use high-speed sync. So when I'm using the Sony A9III, I'm getting the full power of the flash at any shutter speed, which is huge, as I've been demonstrating on this workshop. So even though I'm at 1600 my shutter speed, it's still quite bright. What's difficult as well is this bokeh's constantly changing. Gorgeous, you two. Really nice. Yeah, got it good now. I'm using a branch here to hold myself. Beautiful. Okay, Helen, out please. Perfect, so that is the edited photograph on my 85mm. I'm now going to quickly switch to my brand new Viltrox 35mm f1.2. This is the first time I've used this lens, but I am loving it so far. Whilst I've been at Shine, here are some photographs that I've taken on the Viltrox 35mm 1.2. And this is what I always like to do, as I've been teaching a lot here. I take what I deem to be my safe shot, and then I go really wide and take something a bit more creative. Now, as we've even been here, the light is going off here now, so I have to be very quick for this. This is so difficult to try and I'll turn up the flash to 32 and go quick with my shutter to make it a bit more dramatic. That's nice. Okay, Helen, out please. Okay, that is my edited version on the Viltrox 35mm 1.2. So they were real sunset photographs. Now I'm going to go to my fake setup. Okay gang, let's go over this way. Again, please let me know in the comments whether you prefer the fake version or the real version. So I've deliberately here set up so that I'm shooting with the sun completely behind these trees. So the sun isn't impacting on this photograph at all. Well, it will be a little bit, but not much. I'm gonna go to my 85mm, turn the tethering back on. That's been working okay, has it, the tethering?
Shooting tethered wirelessly has been such a help at my workshops. It means that my attendees can see exactly what I'm taking in real time. I just need to remember not to turn my camera off in between shots, as I did here. But tethering has been great, and it's something which I will now be doing every time I teach in person.
So for this setup, I have a Godox AD200, I'll show you around here, on a MagStand Pro 11 stand, so it's really high, and that AD200 has, I believe that is a full CTO gel on there. CTO, colour temper orange, basically an orange gel. That means that the light comes out, it's going to be very warm. So whenever you're doing a fake sunset shot, I position my light just out of the frame, just on the very edge, so I can get some nice flare.
Here is some behind the scenes video of me teaching how to create fake sunset portraits with off-camera flash the night before. It was almost dark at this point, but with off-camera flash, we can still create really effective results. As I mentioned, I compose my shot so that the flash is on the very edge of the frame, like this. And this can create really realistic looking flare. And as you can see here, for this photograph, I shot Demi and James through the branches of this tree, knowing that not only would the light behind them backlight Demi and James, but that it would also light up the foreground branches and leaves. And here is Helen and I using this exact same setup on a real wedding day with my amazing couple Anika and Matt. Sadly, we didn't have good weather on the day, but with off-camera flash, I was able to fake warm sunset light.
So I'm going to be on a longish focal length, 85mm at 1.4. And remember, we've got a CTO gel on the AD200 behind Demi and James. If I turn off my trigger, this is natural light, nothing wrong with it, but there's no pizzazz. So let's turn on our trigger, and the light behind Demi and James, the Godox AD200, is on a 16th power. So let's just see what we get with that. I've gone to 1.4 with my aperture, 250 again ISO, 1600 shutter speed, and that's closer. That's really nice. So Demi, can you just be looking towards Helen as you're doing that pose, that's all right? Yeah, really nice. Good sounds coming over from the gallery. Yeah, that is nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so all we need is a little bit of light on Demi and James. So could I ask, oh, Helen's already there prepared. Got loads of those in my pocket. So that means all I do now is turn on my key light. Now this is going to be on a low power because as the natural light goes and we're in lower ambient light, the flash will need to work as hard. So I'm going to go to 64, and it's a V100 in the MagBox Pro 24.
Now, I didn't get the results I was expecting for this photograph. For some reason, even though I hadn't changed anything about Flash B behind Demi and James, it stopped giving me the warm flare that I had got on the previous photograph. Then I realised, as Helen was coming in with the MagBox to light up Demi and James, the MagBox itself was covering Flash B, as you can see here. So, if you use this setup yourself, and I really hope that you do, just be careful that your front light doesn't cover up the backlight.
Ah, sorry Helen, you're covering B. Demi James, can I maybe 1 inch this way, please? That's it, yeah, that's better. Beautiful, love those. So what I'm going to do now is go to my Viltrox lens again, the 35 1.2 for the last shots. What are we preferring at the moment? Au naturel or fake? I paid them. These are the ones that I'm actually going to prefer because these are going to be really extreme. I'm going to film more or less the whole shot with bokeh and foreground, which I love. Yeah, this is going to look cool. Okay, so if Helen can come back in, a bit closer to, yeah, there, thank you. Let's turn up B to light the foreground more.
Now, I was very close here, but as I mentioned earlier, I personally don't like Flash B being in the shot. I want it to be on the very edge of the frame, so I needed it to be higher to give more separation between Flash B and Demi and James's heads.
Could someone go and hold that light even higher for me, please? Up it goes. Oh, good erection, James, that's good. Yeah, this is good. So again, I'm going to turn off my trigger. This is natural light, nothing wrong with it, but it's just very flat and dull. Turn the trigger back on, and I'm going to go now to 1.2. So let's fill the frame with bokeh now. Beautiful, you two. Yeah, last one, just arms wrapped round nice and just a safe one, but they look stunning. That's it, yeah. Beautiful. Let's go really extreme. Helen out, please. Perfect. So here is the real sunset photographs. And here are my fake sunset photographs, all taken with off-camera flash. Again, please let me know in the comments which you prefer. Do we like real or do we like fake? We're all fakers. So again, I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone who has attended my Shine workshop. They've all been incredible. It's been a pleasure to spend the past 3 days with these amazing people. And again, huge thank you to Helen over here for teaching, for making the whole thing run so well, and to Emma. I don't know how I even describe Emma, but thank you, Emma. And of course to our models, Eric and Rose, Rebecca, and Demi and James. So as always, if you have any questions about anything I'm doing in this video, please let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Let's go and eat pizza!